best friend said she just happened to find evidence of my affair, so I made sure her secrets just happened to surface too. I thought I knew Beck after 12 years of friendship. We'd shared apartments, secrets, and dreams about our future weddings. Turns out I only knew the version of her that existed before jealousy ate her alive from inside, turning my best friend into my worst enemy. It started 3 weeks before my wedding to Felix. I noticed Beck was being weird about the whole thing. She kept making comments like, "Are you sure he's the one?" and "Marriage is such a big commitment." She'd stare at my engagement ring with this strange expression. I told her I was nervous enough without her doubts. She hugged me and said, "Girl, I just want you to be happy." Then at my bachelorette party, Beck spent the entire evening asking strange questions. She wanted to know Felix's schedule, when he worked late, which gym he went to. She grilled me about his female coworkers and whether he ever traveled for business. When I asked why, she said she was planning a surprise for the wedding. She even borrowed my phone to check the weather, but I caught her scrolling through my messages with Felix. When I grabbed it back, she laughed nervously and said she was just admiring our cute conversations. The rehearsal dinner was when she went too far. Beck stood up during toasts, clutching her phone with tears in her eyes. "I have something important to share," she announced to our families. "I'm so sorry, but I can't let my best friend marry a cheater." She connected her phone to the venue's TV screen. Photos appeared showing Felix at a hotel with another woman, text messages full of explicit content, screenshots of dating apps with his profile active. There were even supposed email exchanges planning secret meetings. My mom gasped while Felix's parents looked horrified. Felix jumped up shouting, "That's not me! Those are fake!" But Beck kept going, her voice shaking with fake emotion. "I hired a private investigator because I suspected something. I'm so sorry, honey. I just happened to find all this evidence. You deserve to know before me, Galoro." She hugged me while I stood there frozen, staring at obviously photoshopped images and fake screenshots. The room exploded into chaos. Felix's brother grabbed the phone and started examining the photos. "These are edited. Look at the shadows and the timestamps don't match." But the damage was done. Guests were whispering, some already leaving, others comforting my sobbing mother. My dad looked ready to punch someone while Felix's sister was crying. Felix was frantically trying to prove the evidence was fake. He showed his actual phone, his real messages, even bank statements proving he was never at that hotel. He pulled up security footage from his office showing him at work during the supposed affair times, but Beck had planted enough doubt. She kept saying things like, "Of course he'd deny it, and cheaters always have explanations." That's when something clicked. Beck had never liked Felix. She'd been single for 3 years and bitter about it. Every time we'd plan wedding stuff, she'd make nasty comments about settling down too young or giving up freedom. She complained about being the only single one in our friend group. She wasn't protecting me. She was sabotaging me because she couldn't stand seeing me happy. I looked her in the eye and said loudly, "Beck, why don't you tell everyone about Miguel?" The room went quiet. Miguel was her married boss who she'd been secretly sleeping with for 2 years. Or should I mention Sarah's husband? Or your roommate's boyfriend? Her face went white as I continued. "You want to talk about cheating? Let's talk about your hobby of destroying relationships." But I wasn't done. I pulled out my phone and showed everyone screenshots of Beck's messages to me. Her confessions about sleeping with taken men, her plans to break up couples she was jealous of, even her diary entries about hating happy couples. She'd sent me photos of herself with these men, bragging about her conquests. The private investigator she'd mentioned? I called the number on his business card right there. It went straight to a disconnected line. The room turned on Beck instantly. Felix's mom demanded to see the originals of the evidence, but Beck suddenly couldn't access them. The metadata on the photos showed they'd been created that week, not months ago like she claimed. Even her own parents looked disgusted as more lies unraveled. Her father actually walked out of the room shaking his head. Within an hour, the truth was clear. Beck had fabricated everything using photo editing apps and fake text generators. She'd spent weeks creating this elaborate lie just to ruin my wedding. When confronted with the evidence, she finally broke down. "Fine, I made it up, but you were leaving me behind for him." The wedding happened the next day without Beck. Instead of being my maid of honor, she was dealing with a lawsuit from Felix for defamation. Her boss Miguel found out about their affair when his wife received an anonymous tip. Sarah's husband got the same information. Even her roommate learned about the boyfriend situation. Within a month, Beck had lost her job, her apartment, and every friend she'd ever had. She sent me a long message saying, "I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. Can we talk?" I blocked her immediately. Some bridges deserve to burn.